Hello, welcome to my island. This is Lavorre. It's my very first island. I never reset it. It's named after a Critical Role character. Okay, but I'll get into that later. I just want to do a tour to show what it looks like right now. Parts of it are still unfinished, so I'll be pointing those out. But yeah, this is the entrance. And if you go to the side, these are all my flowers that I need to put away into storage once the update 3 comes out. And I have this little like community garden sort of thing that I'm not sure if I want to keep, but that's just like where I put the vegetables when they came out, and so that's kind of where they are. Okay, now we're getting into some stuff that's actually done. So this is Sky's house. She has this cute front yard area with a swing. And then up here is Punchy's house. And he's walking around right now. And we have the resident services. And a little bit of terraforming over here. I found it a little difficult to design, like with how close the resident services is to my airport entrance, but I don't want to reset, so, you know, this was like my very, very first island, and so I wasn't really thinking about that sort of stuff when I first picked it back in like March. Okay, so this beach hasn't been done. I have Fang. Alright, let's go up this way into my little like foresty area. So this is just kind of like a little transition area. It's kind of inspired by this place I once went in France, where there was like a Roman aqueduct that was like 2,000 years old. And then it heads into this like flower garden area where there's my house and Chef's house. And yeah, he's not home right now. So yeah, this is just a little cute area with lots of flowers. I want to add in more orange cosmos, which I recently realized I don't have any in this area. Oh, and my native fruit is oranges, as you can see. Okay, and then we go up this way to like the more foresty area, and there's Fang's house. Oops, his flowers are getting out of control, so I have to deal with that. But he has this cozy little area, and yeah, he's not home right now. And then it gets into kind of like a fairy forest area where there's this cool little pond and lots of gyroids. And then we have a magic circle. This area is inspired by something that was at my elementary school. There was this one area on the playground that had all these vines and these stumps in a circle, and we called it the magic circle. And then they took the vines down and we called it the X magic circle, and then they took away the stumps and we called it the XX magic circle. This area is not finished. I just recently moved the campsite up here, but I think I'm going to move it somewhere else again because I don't really like it here. I might put like a pond here. I'm not sure yet. And then you can go back down this way. And let's see. I have not finished putting it in yet, but I'm going to put in an incline here where you can see I have not finished working on the Nook's Cranny area. Oh yeah, and then let's see, you can go over here where it goes into Flora's house and a little picnic spot. And then it kind of goes around this way into a cafe area I have. So it looks like this. And I'm very thankful that the Switch 2 is less laggy because I have a lot of stuff on my island and it lags a lot, or it used to lag a lot on the Switch, and it lags less on the Switch 2. And then there's this little area, and this area was inspired by a little open kind of seating area where I used to live in Wisconsin. So it's just kind of like a little, I mean, in the real one was outside of a cafe, so that's kind of the inspiration here. And then you go down here, and it's my Triceratops themed arcade, beach arcade bar, and Pashmina's house. She just moved in not that long ago. And you can see my Triceratops. And then if you go back this way, I need to clean this up a bit, but it goes into this little secluded area that is like part of the cafe, but on the beach, I guess. I don't know. It's a little fancy. I wish I had more inclines so I could put one, like, I don't know, right here, coming down maybe, but I use so many more throughout the town. Okay, and then I should change this sign, actually, but anyway. And then there's one other area up here that we didn't go. This is Kid's house and Stella's house. And I need to change up this area because I'm not super happy with just these swings. I don't know, I want to change it a bit. But then you go over here and you get to Able Sisters. Yeah, and you can see there's a little phone box in the background, which is a Doctor Who reference. And there's this cute little outside area. So that's pretty much the entire right side of the island. Now let's get into the other side. Okay, so this area is obviously not really done yet either. I'm not sure what I want to do there yet. Okay, now we're getting into like the park area, and you can see it's kind of lagging because of all these castle gates I have. So this is my lovely little park. It's inspired by Balboa Park in San Diego, which is really pretty. And the river kind of wraps around here. And then it gets into my museum area, which is also not finished. I'm experimenting with these fossils here. I don't know if I like it yet. This part of the museum, like the background, I really like. So that part is like complete, kind of. But then, yeah, and then you have like this pathway up here. And to the right is kind of a marketplace area. So you can see I set up this little, like, I want to call it a farmer's market, but it's more of like a, I don't know, a flea market or something. And then this is where I just put in nooks, and I haven't finished designing it yet. I tried it with this on a second level and putting this ramp for incline, but I kind of decided to put it back on the first level, and so now I'm moving the incline over here. And there's pretty much just one more area of the island to show you. Oh wait, except for the beach, hold on. If we go back down this way, and down here, I have another little like kind of beach area. It's like a little ice cream and a seating area. And this is my pier, which I'll have to change for the update. And then up there is just flowers that I'm storing mostly. It's a little messy. And then this is the area outside of the museum that I wanted to like make into kind of like a little researchy, like hands-on learning sort of area. I still want to work on designing it a bit more. And over there is just flower storage. And then, okay, the last area of the island is my more like Japanese garden theme section. Yeah, Snake was one of my very first villagers, and I got attached to him, so I kept him and I put him in my little Japanese garden area. So you go up here, and then you can go around here and do the bamboo doll. And then we have this little area where you can sit and have tea. And there's like a little hot springs. And you go up. This is where his house is. You can see this is kind of like one of the most finished parts of my island. Oh, and he's home, and I actually did the inside of his house, so let's look at that. Here's Snake in his cute little house. You can see he has his little futon over here. And yeah, that's his house. Oh, I should have talked to him. Oops. Alright, and then you can hop along here and go back down this way. And we can go see Blanche's house. So she lives here. I also did her house, so let's go look at that. Oh, she's cooking. It's a little cluttered, I know, but I thought it was really cute. Let's see what she's making. Potatoes. Well, thanks, Blanche. Alright, so this is her house. And she has a little rock garden. And then, oh yeah, there's like the waterfall. You can't really see it. It's right there. And the little outdoor kotatsu. And this is the beginnings of the little fairy sort of area. And this leads back to my house. So, I used to have an incline here, but I've been messing around with them, and I might end up just putting a ladder there. But yeah, that's the state of my island at this moment. It has a lot of work to be done still, but I'm very proud of what I do have. I really like this area a lot. It definitely looks better when it's not snowing, but you know, we'll get there. And that's that. Thanks for watching. Bye.